Hair flip? Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip? Yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on the toes. Hi.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to your boy, the SeanDavieWay Show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on the way in. Tap that bell if you would like to be notified of all of our future content. Today, I bring you another video on the official Uncle Ron. He is an ex-security guard of Jay-Z and P. Diddy. He has been divulging a lot of information as of recently and exposing celebrities and their past.
And Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me. Believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used and abused. That he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. Somebody, and we ain't gonna call no more names, dangled a bogus contract in front of his face so he wouldn't leave the company. How I know I was there. Another thing, Jay-Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around. And I wonder who's the biggest hip-hop artist today. It's all business, folks. And unfortunately, you as a fan, most of you won't understand. But it was all about the business. And the two billionaires have done what they seeded to do.
In the prior video, we got into what Uncle Ron is allegedly working with the FBI about, which includes Jay-Z and P. Diddy. Beyonce and Blue Ivy aren't necessarily included in the FBI investigation, but he did have certain words for Beyonce and Blue Ivy. So, without holding you any further, let's get into what he also had to say about Beyonce. Shout out to Media Takeout. Man claiming to be Beyonce's former bodyguard exposes her. Claims Beyonce's on drugs. Beyonce and Jay-Z are facing what could be a major crisis. Media Takeout has learned that a man claiming to be Beyonce's former bodyguard has gone on to TikTok and is making some very explosive allegations against Bey. Media Takeout confirmed that the man who goes by the name Uncle Ron was a bodyguard for multiple celebrities. And while it's not clear what his relationship was with Beyonce, we located images online which show a man resembling Uncle Ron appearing to serve as Bey's bodyguard. Side note, here is the photo that Media Takeout posted and stated that this photo is the one that resembles Uncle Ron as Beyonce's bodyguard. I am here to say that is not true. This is not Uncle Ron. I repeat, this is not Uncle Ron. So Media Takeout, I understand that you stated in your article that Uncle Ron is a legit security guard for past celebrities, and that is true. He really was a bodyguard and he did serve for certain people, but he was never Beyonce's bodyguard. So again, Media Takeout, I'm gonna need you to get that together. But moving right along, Uncle Ron has posted a series of TikTok videos about Jay-Z and Beyonce. In most of the videos, he claimed to have inside information and receipts on the billionaire couple. In his latest video, Uncle Ron tells the audience, "I know your deepest secrets, and I know how you got where you are." Media Takeout watched a video where Uncle Ron makes a series of unfounded allegations against Jay and Bey, including that they have worked behind the scenes to destroy the career of fellow R&B artist Carrie Hilson. And Uncle Ron made more explosive and outrageous claims against Bey. According to Uncle Ron, Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship is merely a business relationship and not a romantic one. The hating ex-bodyguard claimed without evidence Beyonce is on drugs. Let's get into the video of Uncle Ron making these claims about Beyonce. I'm not going to say that Uncle Ron is lying, but I'm not going to say that he's telling the truth either. I'll let you be the judge.
And Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up. I'm here today, and what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me. Cause see, I ain't Biggie. See, I ain't Beanie Sigars. I ain't Freeway. How you wrote all of them off the minute they did for you to get you to the top. All them writing for you, and then the minute you get a little taste of success, you wrote them off. You just totally said, I don't know him. Say you don't know me. I dare you. I dare you. Remember, all the receipts, all the proof, the old school footage, I still have it. See, hardly nobody knows, but I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. Y'all wish it what you wish it to stay on top. But there's one thing about me, bro. I can't be bought. This is Uncle Ron. Just like I know how you got started, I can put my foot down and make it all go away. Promise you. You're playing with the wrong one.
Uncle Ron is stating that not only is Beyonce allegedly on drugs, but her and Jay-Z and their partners, their team, does everything in their power to destroy certain artists. Now, I'm not going to say that that is not true because I don't have any proof that it isn't, but I also don't have any proof that it is. It's no secret that Carrie Hilson and Beyonce have had a sordid past. If you don't know, back in the day, Carrie Hilson was given songs by her record label to go after Beyonce. They wanted Carrie Hilson to be the new Beyonce. They wanted to knock Beyonce out of her spot and give it to Carrie Hilson. So Carrie Hilson, not thinking, being young and naive, she just did the songs. Although she knew the songs were gunning for Beyonce, she still did them because she thought it would make her pop. She thought it would make her a bigger star than she was at the time. Beyonce and Beyonce's team caught wind of these songs and knew that they were in a disrespectful tone, so Beyonce retaliated by doing the same thing. She made songs like Diva, Bow Down, and on and so forth. And in the process, everyone knew that there was this big rivalry that was going on between Beyonce and Carrie Hilson. So with Uncle Ron coming forward stating that Beyonce was doing everything in her power to destroy Carrie Hilson behind the scenes along with Jay-Z, that does make complete sense. I'm not going to say that that isn't true because there was a very public, strong rivalry between the two women without words. So Beyonce never came forward and said, I hate Carrie Hilson, and vice versa. But in the music, it was a battle. It was a whole nother story. But Carrie Hilson came forward years later and stated that she apologized. She wished that she never did that. She's always been the biggest Beyonce fan. She never had any problems with Beyonce. She was just doing what she was told type of situation. So again, Uncle Ron may be onto something when he's stating this about Carrie Hilson, but moving right along.
All of this Beyonce drama and stuff like that. If you had the opportunity to collaborate with Beyonce, would you maybe do something? Even if it's not on a record, like in a movie or whatever it may be.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. She actually has introduced herself. It was a gracious moment. I appreciated it. I feel like she understood what had happened, what had transpired, and there was a bit of healing in that moment when we met. And I think I take her as a very intuitive kind of soul, as am I. And
Uncle Ron states these allegations about Beyonce that she may be on some type of substance. Now, what substance, he does not clarify, so we can't say, but it's not far-fetched. And the reason why I state that it's not far-fetched, not too long ago, there was this viral video of Beyonce at a basketball game in her own world, with parentheses. If you haven't seen this video, I'm gonna put it up right now. In this video with Beyonce rocking back and forth, there was a bunch of speculation going on online that they felt that maybe there was something going on with Beyonce and so on and so forth. There's been no proof of it, but again, if you look at her behavior, it is kind of alarming. She could just be sitting there thinking of a song or something like that. You know, a lot of artists are always in studio mode because they get inspired by so many different things. Or it could simply be she's on some type of substance. Now, I'm not going to say that these claims are true, but I'm going to say that there has been speculation in the past. Beyonce's current bodyguard is Julian, and she's had him for a very long time. And Julian seems to be a great guy. They haven't had any issues as far as we know. He is still bodyguarding for Beyonce until this day. But Beyonce has not had the best past with bodyguards. And not only that, with these allegations coming up that she may be on some type of substances, her ex-bodyguards were. You need your bodyguard to be a sober one. And in Beyonce's past, that hasn't been the case. So let's get into this. Did you know Norman Oosterbrock, which used to be Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy's former bodyguard, in 2017 was slain by the police during a drug-fueled naked rampage in Miami? Yeah. So Norman, which was the protector of Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy, was slain by police while he was naked rampaging on drugs in Miami. And again, this is the representation of Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy. So it's known that the people around Beyonce and Jay-Z, that they use substances and whatnot. And Norman was not the only one. But that happened to him after he was no longer an employee with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Yeah, he got fired. Want to know why? Of course I'm going to tell you. Well, allegedly, Beyonce and Jay-Z fired him after it was found out that he allegedly was pleasuring himself to pictures of Beyonce and Blue Ivy. After the couple found this information out, they fired him on the spot. Isn't that crazy? Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, if you didn't, here's why. Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, has admitted to being an alcohol, drugs, and sex addict and having several affairs throughout his marriage to Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles. His quote, "I went to a treatment facility in 1992, he told Star. In 1998, I was treated a second time." It wasn't just the affairs, which I do think it was a big part of it because it embarrassed the Knowles family with Matthew being married to her mother, but he's out here impregnating other women. I don't think it was that because Beyonce was still working with her father while all of that was going on. Even after the divorce with her mother and father, she was still being managed by him. I believe that it was the substances that he would not stop doing and Beyonce just couldn't deal with it. So she comes from a family that was using substances as well and other people around her. So it's not far-fetched that Beyonce may partake in certain things. She stated it in certain songs that she's done certain things. I mean, one of her biggest songs is Drunk in Love. So, I mean, yeah. So substances, alcohol, things in that nature, it's not far-fetched if Beyonce is doing them. With all that being said, everyone knows that Beyonce is a huge star and big stars like to get ahead of stories. So if you're hearing whispers of things, it's a strong possibility that you may get ahead of it by doing certain things to show that, hey, they're going to say this stuff about me, but it's not true. And look, because I'm doing this. Now, in December last year in 2022, all of a sudden, the first time of Beyonce's tours in existence, she has never made this a rule, but it is now a rule. Beyonce is banning drugs and alcohol on her upcoming tour. Shout out to hits96.com. So again, all of a sudden, Beyonce is banning these things a month before all of these allegations come out. We're in January 2023. Beyonce announced this in December of 2022, last month. So again, I feel that she's just trying to get ahead of the story. Beyonce's not a dumb girl. She's very intelligent. And she knows that these rumors are circulating and that certain people are going to say certain things. So instead of you clicking and typing in Google Beyonce on drugs, when that pops up, it's not going to pop up that she's doing them. It's going to pop up that she's banning them. Again, getting ahead of the story. That's why I said that Uncle Ron may be onto something when he's stating this, but let's get into the article. Shout out to hits96.com. What's a tour without drugs and alcohol? People who work for Beyonce are about to find out. While she hasn't announced any Renaissance tour dates yet, the not always reliable British tabloids are saying she's keeping everyone on a tight leash. Drugs and alcohol will strictly be banned not only during the tour, but during rehearsals as well. She's also doing Me Too checks on dancers, band, and crew members. A source says, quote, Bey knows the new performances will require intense choreography and precision, so everyone has to be clean and sober. There won't be any crazy partying on the road either. She's also providing the crew with mental health resources because, quote, she knows people are happiest when they know their well-being is fulfilled. So shout out to Beyonce. She's been doing the Me Too checks for quite some time, so that's nothing new. But her banning alcohol and substances and stuff like that, that is very so much new. Beyonce usually doesn't get that deep into the people that work for her life. She just tries to make sure they haven't committed any crimes or anything like that so she can keep her name nice and polished. But this is, again, new, and I don't feel that it's coming from nowhere. I feel that Beyonce knows that certain headlines have been out there and certain people have been discussing certain things. And then don't forget this viral video of her at the basketball game. So Beyonce, again, she's a very intelligent woman, and she's going to get ahead of these stories that people like Uncle Ron is going to bring forward. So what do you all think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Uncle Ron is telling the truth? Do you think that he's clout chasing? Do you think he is definitely on to something? Or do you think he's just stating a lot of obvious rumors, and because he has certain connections to Diddy and Jay-Z, that he feels that he can just say anything for a click and a view? We will be doing a part 3, getting more so into Uncle Ron and his background and whatnot, and the people that he's worked with, pulling up some pictures and all that good stuff. But until then, I would love to hear your thoughts. I love you all. Thank you so much for all of your support. Make sure you like and subscribe if you have not already. Until the next video, bye.
And Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats. But you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are. How you stepped on many people. Beyonce. How you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up. I'm here today, and what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me. Cause see, I ain't Biggie. See, I ain't Beanie Siegels. I ain't Freeway. How you wrote all them off the minute they did for you to get you to the top. All them writing for you, and then the minute you get a little taste of success, you wrote them off. You just totally Said I don't know him. Say you don't know me. I dare you. I dare you. Remember, all the receipts, all the proof, the old school footage, I still have it. See, hardly nobody knows, but I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. Y'all wish it what you wish it to stay on top. But there's one thing about me, bro. I can't be bought. This is Uncle Ron. Just like I know how you got started, I can put my foot down and make it all go away. Promise you. You're playing with the wrong one.